What I am about to say, it is based on the Niger coup and how Nigeria and ECOWAS approach the matter. Let me say this. When people are under instruction, it is plain to see, because they will just act out of what is embedded in their heads. When people are thinking, it is different from when a person is acting according to principle laid down that they need to follow. That is why when a person is trained, you see his training comes out in his work or his mannerism. So when Nigeria president and ECO was decided that they can't tolerate coup, you know exactly that they're acting upon the will of their slave masters. Their slave masters are the ones who have staged many coups over the years. Their slave masters know that it is best to have people saying no more coup, like coup is really as bad as they are making it look. It is equally as bad as democracy when the intention behind these things are for evil. Let us look at a democratic government over the years and throughout many countries. I will use the first example as the example in Ukraine. You ever hear anything about an opposition leader in Ukraine? Do you hear any media saying anything about the opposition in Ukraine? But what you hear is that there will be no running of election. That simply means they are going to tell you that by law of a democratic government, they can make any law now to stifle, to null the opposition. So, whatever their intention, they have enough room to maneuver and nobody to contest them. You have to wonder how comes you are not hearing anything about an opposition, what he's saying. So, I am using that as an example. And to say, when a person is in the position to manipulate something, so even though you would love to have truly what is a democratic government, because you see that, yes, democracy can work if the parties involved decide to be fair and honest about election. It can work. But when you see that the party, whatever parties are involved, can manipulate democracy to use it as a weapon to get their will done at the expense of the people, then there has to be something that can topple that. Because, note this, people are not stupid. So whether it want to be democracy as a coup, or coup as what we know coup to be in most cases, they are equally good as equally dangerous or bad. So you cannot take away the only tool that the people will have to use against a hypocritical, democratic elected leaders or leader. So look at what I am actually saying to you. The democratic election oftentimes are dictated by people with money to buy any puppet they want to buy out the security force, to buy out people in influential position, to buy votes. These things do happen over the world. So when you have these kind of people with their money using it in the way to put in power the kind of people that they want in power to serve their purpose, and there is no other way to topple that, then the whole world, there's room that the whole world can become slave to these people. You have to have another way. So when these people, I am speaking Nigeria president and the ECOWAS, are speaking as if democracy, elected way of government is a holy grail that has no flaw in it, has no weak area in it. It is, tailor-made as perfect. That is madness. We have seen over the years colonial masters stay in the background, use their money influence, and whatever means they can use these means to deny the people vote, to deny who should be the truly elected government of a country. It has done time and time again. So, in our doings, and when we are talking about democracy as in opposition to coup and all these things, yes, if democracy was to ever prove itself without these weakness, we could always say, to hell with coup, it just wouldn't be needed. But as long as a democratic elected government, because democracy can only be a name if the significance of what it should be is not exercised. You only end up with a name. So people need to know that. And I can't stop trying to see into these people's head, which is the president of Nigeria and the ECOWAS. I mean, you just sound like an echo. Someone who has been indoctrinated because If a man gets up, because you must know why the people are saying that they are not in anything with France. And you are not addressing that. You are not saying, do these people have a good case, a logical case, which they have. And that's not what you are addressing. All you know you are there for, to impose, to carry out the instruction of your slave masters. That's what you are there for. So look at the people, how they take the road. Look at what they are doing. They are not having any problem with the people that stage a coup. So when you want to have the people buried down under a condition, under the name democracy, like it is a holy grail, it is not. And never fool yourself to believe that it is. So let me inform you that the world is watching. Africans all over the world is watching. From where I am talking, I am placed here. My forefathers were taken from Africa. And that's how I end up here. And you are asking me to throw all that aside? Like I am supposed to be stupid like you? We that live in the diaspora know what is happening, because the same thing is imposed upon our countries throughout the Caribbean and elsewhere in the world. So, if you, why not see if the people have any problem with those in power, which you have seen that they don't have any problem. It is the people that decide, not you, nor France, nor the puppet leader there of Nigeria. It's not none of you that is deciding this. It is the people. You think if the people didn't know what is going on, you think they would be on the street giving their support? When you look at the amount of people, you can't see road. You see people voicing their view, their experience about a mistreated democratic constitution that are enslaving them. These people that are able to abuse democracy. So you're always going to have to need something that you use when you see the people's rights are being taken. Because what is the objective here? When you are campaigning, what you're telling your people? Don't it is betterment you preach to the people, that you are trying to make their country better and their lives better? Don't that's what you preach? So what happens when the same people are not seeing that betterment and agree that you need to be brought down? And when somebody comes up that they see like they can trust, or somebody they believe in. So it is the same people. If they can't see their sincerity, it's that same people will remove them. Why you want to go ahead of the people's choice to have the people that are presently there now, to remove them? Because history can only know you to be, and I'm speaking Nigeria president and ECOWAS. History can only know you to be a tool of your slave masters, because you didn't even get up saying you want to see what's happening, to see what we can do. I want to talk to my brother. I heard even the president of Nigeria calling out the European Union, England, America, to come and do what they want them, what they want him to be doing. Call them into Africa. Say they have rights to be there because you call them. It's not the people. You are doing the same thing. This is a case for Africa and Africa only. And how you are acting, you are not acting like you have Africa interest at heart. No, you are on a stage performing. You are dancing and you are singing, and the tune you are playing is not an African tune. So understand that there are people in the world, Africans in the world all over, that is watching this. We don't even get news on radio about anything concerning Africa. Every time we hear Africa, it's something bad when it do come on the news. We never hear anything on the news that is showing you like Africa is being abused by people from other country, not by Africans, but by people from other country, and they are not black. So I want you to understand that the world is observing what is happening. Friends, before I leave, just do this for me. And I call upon all Africans. Put your heart and your mind in the interest of your people. Africa is your land. It is your home. Let no one take that from you. Africa not going anywhere to molest anybody where they live. Friends, Africans, brothers and sisters, take care.